we checked into our hotel. We got a little snack. The flight over wasn't too bad. We had to take a couple of trains to get in and out of the airport and to our location, but the weather's perfect. And right now we're just going to the park to walk a little bit before we have reservations for dinner.
There was non-stop.
Just an hour because it was like I was still working and then I got off and I was like, I've been working from home today, I've just got off. I'm actually here.
You don't know if you're fine. I met her. She came and stayed.
And everything was just they're just career section things are off. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And it's
So we are back at the hotel after spending a couple hours out, or the entire day out. We started at the Prada Cafe, then made our way to the Victoria Albert Museum to see the Naomi Campbell exhibit. We went to Ave Mario for lunch, and that truffle pizza was so good. Like, it had so much flavor, and it was just perfect after walking around the museum and then walking around town a little bit. We were definitely super hungry. After that, we checked out the Aime Leon Dore in Soho. Funny enough, the one in New York is also located in Soho, but that one was pretty nice. They had pretty much the same selection that you would find in the one in New York, but I think that their cafe is better than the one that we have. So it was nice seeing the difference between the two locations. Definitely one of my favorite stores. We got some bubble tea for dessert and then made our way back here. One of my favorite parts was walking through Hyde Park. It is just so beautiful outside. The weather is perfect. So being able to just walk through it, see all the people outside. Now we're back at our hotel. We're gonna chill for a little bit. We have a very early start in the morning. Our flight leaves around 6 a.m. and I think it's about an hour drive from here. So we're basically going to chill a little bit, make sure everything is packed, and then we make our way to Portugal. It's just great being back here, seeing everything and experiencing it again at a different age. We've just been taking it easy and chilling for the most part. And I think the next time I come back to London, I want to explore it a little bit more, try out more restaurants, and maybe even venture out even further out in town. But so far, we've been enjoying everything, and yeah, it's a great trip. So I will see you guys in Portugal, and we'll show you a little bit more of what we're doing. Hello. I'm doing a voiceover for this portion of the video. When we first got into Portugal, we actually landed in Lisbon, met up with a friend, and then ended up driving down south to the Algarve region, which is the clips that you saw before this. I was on the fence of whether or not I wanted to include these clips here, since we only had about 4 to 5 hours to explore the city before we ended up picking up the rental car to drive to our next destination. But we were still able to see a couple of interesting things around the city and relax for a little bit. I know out there somewhere there's a list of all the best restaurants and the must-try dishes when visiting Lisbon, but Since we were limited on time, we sort of just hopped around to see who was available and who can seat us as a walk-in rather than a reservation. The places we did get to try, the food was so good. There was so much flavor in each of the dishes that we were eating, but it didn't feel heavy, like it would weigh you down for the rest of the day. So we sort of used that as a way to get energy in order to make this drive down to our next spot. And of course, we had to try the pastiche de nata. Coincidentally enough, I've had something similar in other Asian restaurants, which are the egg tarts. So these are the Portuguese version of that, which are a little bit more sweeter and crispier in texture. And paired that with cinnamon, I think we had about 8 of these during the entire trip, which speaks a lot to how good they were. And we even caught one of these tour guides that took us around the city, which I really appreciated, especially since we only had such a limited time here. They were able to still take us on, and he even brought us to one of the higher points so that we can see the landscape of the city as well as the river that was crossing through it. But from what we experienced in that limited amount of time, I know that Lisbon would definitely be one of the places that I'm putting on my travel list to go back to visit, and to have like a list of things that I want to see and experience in the city again in the future. But when it was time to pick up the rental car, we were then on our way to the next destination.
tu candida ilusión para rehacer mi alcázar. Es muy tarde, el blanco alcázar de mi corazón. Del arca de mis sueños no tengo nada, y mi azul rosal se mustió con el rojo sol canicular, y tengo enferma el alma de desilusión, sentando en una piedra del camino.
I have been left alone to explore by myself. My sister is with her friends right now, one of them being the bride, and they're kind of just walking around, shopping, hanging out, and then they'll do like dinner and karaoke later on. Wait, I picked like the worst street to try to talk to you guys on. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be better because I'm by the water and the street is right next to me. But yeah, I was just saying that I am pretty much just walking around, looking at the town, checking everything out, looking at the neighborhood. The architecture is really beautiful. You can tell that there's a lot of age and character to it. I went to the museum, checked out a few of the ruins. There's a lot of them around the town. Some of them are free, some of them you do have to pay for, but if you're just viewing it from the outside, which is also really nice, I think that's still very much worth it. Right now, I am walking to the restaurant to go get lunch, and then I'll probably head back into town and walk around a little bit more. But yeah, it's very beautiful here. I'm noticing that the age population's a little bit older, so you're getting a more slower vibe, like calm pace. There's not that much hustle and bustle like you would get from New York City, but I like it. I think it's very chill. It's sort of like a vacation for you to kind of just sightsee. We also have tomorrow and Saturday here in the town to explore. It's a very beautiful town, even just to look at. There's definitely a lot of stuff to do in there, but I think one of your main attractions will be the ruins, the museum, the art, the history, architecture, and eating. So I'm really excited about that because I love coming to places, traveling, and then just trying out the restaurants that they have here. I will continue on with my adventure right now, and I'll catch you guys later.